I will be sharing my little sense on how to achieve this elastic waistband easily. If you know you struggle with this for the longest of time, you have no more worries. Hi, my name is Naya John. I teach ladies how to make amazing, beautiful outfits. So these are the important tools I used. Please, if you need a tutorial on the full pants, how to make the short, how to cut it, how to stitch it, check my previous upload. I'll also leave the link in my description box. Okay, so this is my waistband. It's about 5 inches wide and the length is exactly what I have on the waist of my trouser. Make sure whatever you have on your shorts or your trouser is exactly the same with your waistband. Okay, so now I'll notch the center of the waistband so that I'll know that this is the center. That place where you notched, you're going to iron hairstay or any hardener. You're going to iron it right on that spot where you have your center, because we'll be fixing the eyelet around that place and you want your fabric to be thick around that area. Now I'm simply marking the point where the eyelet will be seated. I'll mark one in the left angle and mark the other one in the right angle. Yes, and then I'm taking out the ½ inch that is for sewing allowance. Okay, so once you've marked the point where the eyelet will be seated, you can now open up the waistband. So you see the 2 points you've marked to be exactly at the center of your waistband. Hope we are following. Good. So those points where we marked for the waistband, we are going to open the waistband up like this. We are going to create a hole on those points, a very tiny hole. Please make sure the hole is not so wide. Okay, so after creating the hole, I'm going to make it wider just a little. Just what? A little. So I'm just going to pass my scissors through that hole to make it wider. If you have a seam ripper, you can use a seam ripper to do this. Okay, so now that we've created the hole, the next thing we'll do is to fixing the eyelets. So I'll get the eyelets machine and the eyelets as well. So I'll place the longer part of the eyelet. I'll place it first. After placing it, the next thing we want to do is insert the fabric on that hole we created. Okay, you can do this very carefully. Then you add the flat surface of the eyelet, then you're going to press hard. You already know how to do this, right? So I'm just showing you so you can see. So I'll do the same for the other hole, and that is how we'll create the hole for the rope, that rope that you can adjust on the waistline of your boxers or your shorts or your pants. So eyelet is the easiest. You can also use buttonhole. You can create buttonholes for that, but if you don't have the buttonhole machine, you can use your eyelet machine. Okay, the eyelet machine is cheaper to get. So this is what it looks like, and this is the only reason why we iron the hairstay around that area. Okay, so that it will be thick enough to hold the eyelet. That is pretty much it about the eyelet. So I'll just insert my strap to see how it looks. Okay, looking very good. Now the next thing we'll do is to fold our waistband into two like you see on the screen, and then stitch it up at the open edge, the open area. You're going to stitch it up. After stitching it up, this is what it looks like, you guys. I'll go and iron it flat. Okay, after ironing it, guys, this is what we have. Okay, so we'll fold it into two like this. So we'll have our waistband ready. You can see there is no opening anymore. We just have like a round circle right here. I hope we are following. Okay, please follow these steps. Now the next thing we'll do is to move to the elastic. So the elastic I'm working with is 1.5 inches wide. Now to know how the length of the elastic should be, just measure around your waist. Okay, your waist circumference is exactly how long your elastic should be. So the waist circumference I'm working with is 36, and I've gone ahead to add 1 inch to 36 and then cut out. That extra 1 inch is for stitching down the elastic. So I'll join them together like this, and then I'll take it to the sewing machine and then stitch up just like we did for the waistband. Now this particular kind of waistband, don't make your elastic too tight. If you make it too tight, then what's the essence of adding the extra rope? Do you get? So making it too tight will make it more difficult to work with. So what I have here is the exact measurement for the waist. I'll go ahead now and insert it into the fabric. So first you open up the Ankara piece like this, your waistband, open it up like this. Now you get one part of your elastic and fix it, securing it with your pin. Okay, just that area. I'm attaching the back, the joint area of the waistband to the joint area of the elastic using pin. Make sure while you pin up that the stitch allowance is not affected. Don't stitch your elastic on your stitch allowance. Okay, now the next thing, you take it to the sewing machine and close the fabric up like so. See the way I just did it, right? Close it up like this. Make sure when you are stitching that you're not stitching on the elastic. That is why I made my waistband to 5 inches wide. Okay, so that when I fold it, it will be 2.5 inches. While my elastic is 1.5, so I have extra 1 inch for sewing. So make sure you're stitching carefully without stitching on the elastic. Please, very important. So while stitching, you'll be stretching the elastic. Okay. Okay, so this is how you go about stitching. Make sure you're stitching on the band. Do not stitch on the elastic. Please do not stitch on the elastic. I'm still saying it, okay? Because for your fabric and your waist elastic band to marry very well, this is how you do it, so that you avoid having excess shrinkage in one area while you have scanty shrinkage in another area. For it to be evenly shrinked into the elastic band, this is the best method to
now
use.
The next thing you want to do is to stitch about half an inch above the eyelet and then half an inch beneath the eyelet. This will give you space for the rope to pass through. Let me show you. So you take this, make sure you stretch it very well, then you can now stitch. Make sure you are stretching your waistband while stitching. So you can see that I'm stitching half inch from the top of my band. Okay, so you can see that I am stitching half inch from the top of my waistband. Yes, this is what it looks like. Now the next thing we'll do now is to stitch half inch from beneath the eyelet. Okay, yes, we'll stitch very close to that eyelet on the second line. Please do not forget to keep stretching even while stitching. As you're stitching, you are stretching the band. After stitching, you guys, this is how beautiful it looks. We'll go ahead and insert our shoelace or waist rope, then we'll attach this to our short. So right here I have my short neatly sewn and my beautiful sitting waistband. So I'm going to pin this up using pins. Make sure you're stretching the band while pinning up. Okay, stretch the waistband. All right, after pinning up, this is what I have. I'll go now to stitch down. You can see the way I am stretching even while
You guys, this is the final result. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. See you in my next video. Bye.